Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a tier list for the Monster Juice energy drink lineup. We just finished going through all of them and I reviewed all of them, so if you want to see all of those, I'll be sure to put a link up. Gosh, it's flipped on my screen, so it's one of these two corners. I'm going to put a link up to the playlist. This video will also be on that playlist. So today, in order to do this tier list, I downloaded streaming software and recording software, and we're going to get right into it. So this is a tier list template that I found. Kapwing.com is a sort of image maker editor thing online, and they have this tier list template that they actually I saw an ad for this on YouTube. I also made icons for each of the drinks that I reviewed already to put on this tier list, and there's probably more tiers here than necessary, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'm gonna show you those icons as I go through these. So upload, and we're gonna do this in release order, so we'll start with the Monster Juice Chaos. And then what's interesting about this one individually is that when I was looking for these icons, because Monster Juice Chaos is no longer available, they don't have an image for it on their American website anymore. So I was looking for it, and I found a high quality PNG of the can on Monster's website. But as you can see, it says Punch Monster, and I was really confused about that because all the rest of them are Juice Monsters. And so I opened up the link that this image was from, and it's actually from the French version of Monster's website. And so here's the PNG that I took, and as you can see, the first three Monster drinks that were released were also released as Punch Monsters in France. You know it's France because of the words up here, and also if I click on Monster Energy, oh, it took me to the American website, but before I have it up on this other link, it took me to the French homepage. So, l'expérience, hello infinite. So yeah, so this is the French icon that I have created. So, at this point I feel, oh shoot, I have to make sure I lock the ratio. At this point I'm sure if you're watching this video and you watch the rest of my videos, you know my thoughts on the original Monster Juice Chaos. This one was my favorite energy drink for a very long time, and it only recently got officially passed by the new Monster Juice Chaotic. So we are going to be putting this in the A tier of energy drinks right here. So cool. So Monster Juice Chaos, if you don't know, is like an orangey energy drink. It's 30% orange juice, and then they got Monster stuff in there. Alright, going on to the next one. Pipeline Punch is the second one. So here's Pipeline Punch. They still have this image on the American version of the website, so I was able to get Juice Monster for this guy. I wish that I could like just know how many pixels it is and just type in the pixels. Instead, this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to put it right next to the Monster Juice Chaos for now, and then shrink it so that it's the same size. Now, Pipeline Punch is also a very good drink. It's like a Hawaiian fruit punch, so there's like a lot of different flavors in there that aren't just regular fruit punch. But I don't think it's as good as Chaos. It is definitely better than a lot of the other drinks that exist, so I'm going to put that one in the B tier. Decided. Next one, upload. Alright, next one that was put out is the Mango Loco. And these icons are very simple. They're just circles surrounding the image that I found online, and I pulled the colors of the border and fill color of these circles from the image of the can. So these first two are pretty easy because there's only two major colors. With these next few, where they've got more than one color, I got to be a little bit more creative with which colors I picked. Obviously, for the border, I went with the main color of the can. And then for the fill, I actually went with the color on the skeleton lady's dress, who's on the left side of the can. Now, Mango Loco is also one of the more, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Now we got the edges back on the circle. One of the more interesting flavors. I wouldn't say that it's as good as these two for sure, so I'm going to drop this one down to the C tier. Boom, it's decided. All right, next one. The next one is Pacific Punch. Now, I was really excited for this one because this can, you can't see it right now, but it's got one of the most interesting designs, especially out of the Monster Juice line, because it has like this nautical theme, and it's got a lot, like, I wouldn't say that like the tan that they use is very interesting, but it's got a lot of like interesting designs, and the red and the blue are pretty interesting. As for the flavor though, it's just straight fruit punch. You can hardly taste any Monster. You can definitely feel the sugar in there, but it's just standard fruit punch. And I like High C as much as the next guy, but like compared to the rest of these drinks, it's just not as interesting to drink. So this one's probably D tier for me. Oh, let me line that up at the center of the D. Cool, awesome. All right, next drink. Okay, the next one, the next two were released at the same time, but we're going to start with the Papillon. This one is like a peachy drink, which is pretty cool. I definitely think that, like, at least for these first three, it's okay that, even actually these first four, it makes sense for the punch to have been their name, like Punch Monster in other countries and stuff, but this one, actually Orange Punch isn't really a thing, so I'm not quite so sure on that one. But this one definitely is not like a punch, so I think it's good that they sort of dropped that naming convention, at least in the United States. Now this is probably the first one that we're going to double up on a tier. I personally am not very big on peach. Peach tea is, my brother really likes peach tea, and I know a lot of people like peach tea, but I still probably wouldn't put this in my personal tier list at the same level as the Pipeline Punch. It's definitely better than the Pacific Punch, so this one's going to double up in the C tier with the Mango Loco. Alright, last but not least, certainly not least, this is the moment you've all been waiting for, is the dethroning of the Monster Juice Chaos with the brand new Chaotic. So this one and the Papillon were released at the same time. This is a remixed version of the Chaos. It's actually got less juice, as we learned in the last video, and it has less calories somehow, but it tastes a lot sweeter. So somehow they made a recipe that has slightly less calories, but a lot more taste, flavor. So we are going to put this bad boy all the way up here. Now this tier list that I've created right here is just on the flavor of the Monster. So I think that it's important to duplicate this and make a different tier list based on the design of the cans, because obviously there's a pretty wide range of can designs here with different colors and different themes and that kind of thing. And I think that the Monster Juice line, especially among Monsters sort of lineups of drinks, is the most variant, like it has the most differences between each drink. So there's definitely a lot of variety here compared to other types of Monster, and I don't think that should go unrecognized. So we're going to put all these bad boys down in F tier for now, and then we'll remake this based on the can designs. So here we go. First up is Monster Juice Chaotic. Now this one definitely has the most actually, it definitely doesn't have the most unique design because it, for one, is based off of the original Chaos design with the orange colors, and secondly, it's related to this one in that they both have the butterflies on them. So this one, despite it having the best taste, has the least original design out of all of the Monster Juice can designs. Like I said in my original video on this, I do like the blue, how it contrasts with the orange that they picked for the can, but I like the original orange of the Chaos cans a lot better. And I don't really think that the butterflies really represent this drink. I get that Risk designed both drinks and he wanted to make them sort of related in that way, but I don't think that that really fits this drink. So I'm going to go ahead and I can change this later, but I'll put this one lower for now. I'll start it out in D tier. Next up is Monster Juice Chaos. This is the real classic right here. It's got a textured finish, so it's really nice to hold onto. And it's also really simple in its design. It was the first one that they ever released, so I personally really like this one. It's going all the way up in S tier. Now, Pacific Punch is the second drink they put out. I don't know if these two released at the same time. They might have, since just like the Papillon and the Chaotic, they have similar designs. But if this one released after, then it also makes sense that they would have similar designs because it's just the second drink, so they want to make sure that people know that they're similar in flavor. But either way, it's not as nice as the Chaos just because of the pink color. So I think this one's going to go down in A tier, and I could shift that later. Oh, I'm definitely going to shift that right now, actually. This one's going to go down in B tier. Alright, cool. Next up we have the Mango Loco. This one has, oh, oops, grabbed the wrong layer there. This one has the Dia de los Muertos theme, and a really bright blue, which I really like. So this bad boy is going to go up in A tier because of the cultural stuff on there with Dia de los Muertos, and just the color scheme is really nice. Next we got the Papillon. Honestly, with both the Chaotic and the Papillon, I don't think these colors are as interesting or as like pop outy as the rest of the colors in the lineup. It's like, I just feel like both of these colors are kind of dull compared to the rest of the lineup. So I'm going to put this one down in C tier just because it is a little bit more original and nuanced than the Chaotic. And finally, we have the Pacific Punch, and this one I'm going to put up in A tier just because it's got another nice color scheme. I like how both the red and blue pop off of the kind of basic default color, tan color, and I like how I just like the nautical theme of it as well. The ones with themes will always get a little bit higher in my book. So there we go. This is the tier list for the designs. Alright, so there we go. I just created a couple tier lists, one based on the taste of the Juice Monster lineup, and another based on the design of the Juice Monster cans. As always, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see the rest of my videos I've decided that I'm going to do some more stuff than just energy drink reviews, so especially now that I have this OBS software, it'll be nice to do something a little bit different, I think, than Monster Energy drink reviews. But don't worry, I'll still get to the rest of those drinks that I have in my backlog eventually. I just think that for my second video of the week, each week, I'll do something a little bit more fun. And by fun, I mean a little bit more unique. So yeah, cool. As always, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to watch the rest of my upcoming videos, hit the subscribe button. And hit the bell icon if you want to see those as soon as they get dropped, and so that they don't get buried in your subscription feed. And finally,